Welcome back. So we have our beautiful delete button, but when we click it right now, we actually go to the details page. And that's even without actually having implemented any click event right here. Because what's actually happening is we're using something called propagation, meaning that when I click this guy right here, it's going to try and go to the next component and see if there's also a click function or click event available, and then I'll just click this guy, right? So it'll kind of just click this guy and go to the next guy, click him, and go to the next. If there's one, click him, click him, click him. It'll propagate all the way to our different DOM elements that are available. So we're going to stop that now. When we click this guy, I just wanted to click this. I don't want it to go and click the next level right here. So let's try and jump into the code and just add a click guy right here. And let's just call it delete for now, because that's what we're going to call it later on anyway. So we're going into our component list TS file and we're going to add a new delete function down here. Now this is pretty much just like we did in the lessons for the details view as well. So I just want to kind of show you guys how to avoid this propagation through your system. So let me try and go in here and add just something here where I'm saying delete clicked, right? Just to show you the problem here. And then I'm going to go to, let me just put in a space, then I'm going to go up here and do the same thing. And then I'm going to say details clicked. So now I'm going to try and show you guys the problem here, because now the delete is working and we have the details that we click up here, right? So let's try and see in the code again when I click now what actually happens in the console. The delete is clicked and then the event is also propagated to the next level, so the details are actually also clicked. Even though I'm not clicking this directly, it's propagating to the next level, right? We want to avoid that. So what we can do is if we jump into this guy, we can actually send in and pass in the event by doing this right here. Now I'm sending in the actual click event and I can do something with that click event. So I'm going to grab this guy, jump into my code right here, and I'm going to say I want to send in an event, and I want to use that event to actually stop the propagation, right? So I can stop propagation here. That means that I'm not going to send the event into the next click guy. So let's try and do the delete again. And now you'll notice now I'm only getting the delete click. Now this is something that I really used a lot of time figuring out the first time. So I just wanted to throw it out there. The problem is propagation. So now I stop the propagation so it won't go to the next level. I'll only click the delete button. Now notice there's the same thing with the edit right now. I'm going to details. So I'll do the same thing with the edit later on so you guys can see it again. One more thing, the naming here, where I go in and put the $ event. You don't need the $ in there. It's just a convention from Angular. I can just call it event here instead. It's just a name, right? So it still works. So just to let you guys know that the naming is just a convention from Angular that we want to put in that $. So, but you can put in any name you want. So see you in the next lesson where we'll have even more fun.